Can we sip of your beer?
Might work.
Can.
Thanks.
You can't have all of it, though, motherfucker.
So that's Steel Reserve, huh?
Yeah, Steel Reserve. This was an old college drink I had with my buddy. Oh, I mentioned him on Twitter not so long ago. My friend Matt. He's actually on Broadway right now. Or he's actually been on Broadway for years now, but he...
Broadway, huh?
Yeah.
It's the poor man's Hollywood.
Oh, shit! No, he's a good,
but seriously,
he's a good guy. But he was actually the one that got me into a lot of trouble back in the day.
He's not all that handsome either.
Shut up.
But he likes
he's a
wieners.
Jew.
Was he the dude that told you to jump on the train tracks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was the one who got me to jump on the train tracks. His dad was like a psychologist or something like that. And I guess...
Tune into the previous episode to get that story.
Apparently, I didn't know this, but like if you have a PhD of any kind, if you're a doctor of any kind, you could be the doctor of fucking homosexual dragons. It doesn't fucking matter. If you have a doctorate in something,
Good one, Mick.
like me, they fucking hand you these. They'll give you like Viagra and or like antidepressant, like all the experimental shit. As long as you have a PhD, it doesn't matter what the fuck you are, they'll fucking give you these weird ass drugs for shit. So like, I think his dad was like a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I don't fucking remember, but all I remember is he would get samples for like different kind of like fucking erectile dysfunction drugs and shit.
Yeah.
And so I think we were doing Coriolanus together. And
you were doing what together?
Yeah, it sounds like a fucking sexual position. It's a Shakespearean play, you fucking unciviliized
I didn't
barbarians.
say shit.
Okay, anyways, so
What?
we were doing Coriolanus there was a couple other things we were doing at the time. Anyways, he handed me some of these things, and we would do this thing because we were both poor. But he was like, listen, and we always dared each other to do stuff for stuff. So it was like, jump in the train tracks, I'll buy you a beer. And I'd be like, well, you do this, and I'll give you that. So he was like, listen, I needed breakfast. I did. And he was like, look, I'll buy you a muffin and a coffee if you take this erectile dysfunction drug during rehearsal. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, honestly, like, you know, you're so poor, you know, it didn't faze you. So I took whatever this fucking shit was, and I remember I got so lightheaded. It was the weirdest fucking thing. I thought I was fucking tripping. I started getting tracers, or are they called tracers? What do you call them in your eyes? Where floaters, yeah. Where I was getting like those little like rainbow shits in my eyes. Mm-hmm. And then apparently, I didn't know this, but he had told one of the cast people, which was a girl, like one of the only girls, that was what had happened. So she did this thing where she was sitting down. It was in a church at the time, but we were on this church pew, and she started like talking to me, like people were rehearsing, and it wasn't our scene.
And then you fucked her.
No, I didn't fuck her.
What?
But she started like rubbing my leg while we were talking.
And then you fucked her.
No, I never fucked her.
All right.
God damn it.
All right.
But anyways.
Sorry.
I did get a huge crazy boner, and it was very awkward.
And then you fucked her.
And then I fucked her. No, I didn't ever fucked her, you fucks. Anyways, this guy, that was the guy. Like, that was the type of shit that ended up happening.
Then you fucked him.
Then I fucked him. Yes.
And then you got new friends that weren't assholes. Right?
You know what? At the time, though, because it was a mutual...
Hey, Mick, you want some breakfast?
So after I jumped into the train tracks, you know I hurt my leg, right? Yo, is there a lighter?
Was there a train anywhere nearby, or did you just jump on empty train tracks?
No, we were in a subway. And it was
you missed the podcast?
It was like 3 a.m. I was with this girl who visited from Washington. And by the way, her father was the vice president of Wizards of the Coast. Anyways, I didn't even really understand what that meant at the time. I couldn't appreciate it. Back now, I'd be like, oh my god.
She's like, he's a president of a wizard.
Vice president of Wizards of the Coast.
Were you thinking of like literal wizards, or you just
Magic the Gathering, Joan?
I know what it is.
Anyways, so I was on crutches most of that summer. There was a party at his house. And I remember...
This is an Irish story.
This isn't an Irish story. So,
Close.
From my place, I was in New York, there's the L train. And the L train takes you from 14th Street or whatever, Manhattan, into Williamsburg, right?
The loser train.
Right after Williamsburg, which is where all the hipsters were born, is Lorimer, and then I think there's Graham, Grand, and then I was on Montrose. That was like the 5th stop, right? Okay. And so we were in Montrose, which is outside of Williamsburg. Williamsburg, like very preppy, like totally safe. Montrose, at the time, was kind of... It was dangerous. So while I was there,
Why was it dangerous, Mick?
Yeah,
because
why, Mick?
Because I didn't have you to protect me.
Gays aren't threatening.
Okay, anyways.
What?
So what happened was his house was like several stops later, but it was so hot and it was the summer and we had friends and we were all going to walk to his place. Okay. But I was on crutches, so we were walking to his place. On our way to my friend Matt's party,
yeah,
there was a small park ahead of us. we'd maybe gone like a half hour, and the whole trip was maybe like an hour from walking distance. But I was a stupid kid, and I was like, yeah, I'll just use my crutches. Halfway across, we get to this park, and we hear what sounds like fireworks in this little park. It had some trees. Kids.
Is it daytime?
No, nighttime. Kids, because we're going to the party.
Gotcha.
Kids come running out like fucking spiders in bushes, like just pouring out of this park.
Spiders and bushes?
I'm from Washington. When I was a kid, we had these bushes in front of our house.
Don't tangent. Go continue
and
the original
somebody took like a hedge trimmer to these bushes, and apparently there was a spider nest in the bushes, and they just it looked like black water just pouring out of a bush, but it was just baby spiders.
We're back on black water again.
Oh yeah, back to the water. Anyways,
This is a long... Oh, okay. Still going.
So all these kids start running out of the park.
Because of spiders.
No, because of the fireworks that were going off in this little park. But it wasn't fireworks. This little black kid hides behind one of the fucking like the blue mailboxes.
Yeah.
The little curved ones at the top.
The post office.
Yeah. And he goes, "You gotta hide. The gun people are here." And I was like, "What?" And I'm on crutches. So I'm like trying to be like all my friends start running down one of the streets, and I'm like, and I start like running on my crutches, like trying to fucking
Your
get
friends
away.
just bailed on you?
Look, I don't think anyone turned around and was like, "Oh, we got to get the fuck out." Like, I just think everyone.
They just showed up and started shooting.
Apparently, no. Apparently, there was actually a gun. Like some people shot each other in this park on our way to this party. But what happened was
The gun people are here.
Yeah. So anyways. So all the kids run out, and this kid was hiding behind the thing, and I'm sitting there with crutches, like in the middle of the street, and all my friends book down the street, like past the park, and I'm like, so I'm like sitting there trying. I mean, nothing happened to me, obviously.
It's too bad.
Fuck you.
Weren't killed.
Anyways. So that was on the way to his party.
Yeah.
We get to the party, and apparently he had a bunch of absinthe because the set designers from the Dracula show or some show that we had done, they would make their own absinthe, like flavored absinthe, like different types of flavors. But I remember when I got to his house, he was like, "Oh yeah, Mick's here, yay!" And I told him the story. He's like, "Oh, this crazy, blah." But then in front of everybody, he had apparently found some bees, some half-dead bees, and he froze them.
This story is like...
And he froze them
kind of in a straight line, but it's like it's like veering left
and then he put
right.
them in the freezer, and then because we like to dare each other to do things, he had waited for me to show up, just so in front of everybody, I would eat the frozen bees.
This is an adventure beyond anything I can imagine.
And then I ate the bees. I'm going to link them. The reason why I'm telling this story is because I'm going to link them to the podcast because I think he's going to hoot out of it. But anyways, I ate the bees. But initially, I had they're sitting there like I don't know if I'm. What happens to your tongue if you eat a fucking dead bee? Like, do you get stung? I don't know. So then everyone started chanting. They were like, "Eat the bee," whatever. And then I ate it. Nothing happened.
Stamper. What would you rate
What the hell was that?
I don't know. This is 10 minutes of I don't know. I don't know what that was.
And then I ate the bees. That was a totally Irish story, man.
I took a train.
I'm half Irish.
I took a train. My girlfriend.
My name is fucking Mick.
What?
That's true.
My name is Mick. I am half Irish. Not because of my name, but my father was
there was somebody who was a Wizard of the Coast president, a train, eating bees, a black kid with the gun people shooting other people. I don't know what the point was. The point of that was.
The point was
his friend dared him to do things.
Yeah, that was it. Oh yeah, we talked about
Christ almighty, man.
So he dared me to eat the bees. But in order to get to the bees, I had to go through the story.
God, you're like a woman. It's like everything you say it's got to. It has details and details.
Yeah,
so not true.
A little bit.
If I was a woman, I would call you while I was up in my room and you were down in your room, and I'd be like, "Stamper, what you doing?"
No, here's what would happen.
Give me the beer.
Here, take the beer.
I'll buy some more.
It's like, what'd you eat for lunch today, Mick? And then it's like, well, this morning I was thinking about making a pumpkin pie, but I thought that was a really bad idea because it wouldn't be done by
It's like, what did you do today? I did some work. How fucking fun is that? No, I was on crutches. Some dude got shot. Some kid told me to hide. And then I ate some frozen bees.
This was over the course of like 2 hours or something.
This was over the course of, like 3 hours.
Let me tell you how a story works.
Yeah.
Watch.
Listen.
Let me show you.
Okay.
Jeff, you went to the grocery store recently. What did you buy?
hamburgers.
Boring.
That's a story.
No, that's not a story. That's a fucking reciting of a fact.
Well, no, but we asked
How
you.
tall are you? 6'3".
Well, we got the information, and really quick, he bought hamburgers. And you know what? I built up the rest in my mind. I was like, holy shit. He brought them home. He put cheese on them, ketchup.
Speaking of
You like
hamburgers,
onions?
since Deborah
He
got
put
back,
onions on them. Shut up. Maybe some marinated mushrooms.
Yes,
Trying to get hungry.
now you're the storyteller. Now you're throwing all the fucking facts and the little details in there.
Wrong. I'm throwing toppings on a burger, my
We
friend.
should film this. Kind of like the movie Clue, where like they keep resetting the end of the movie, like different shit happens. Mick keeps dying in different ways.
Is this Groundhog Day to you? Do you feel like you're reliving
Maybe.
the same situation over and over again?